Today's film dives deep into the ocean, where we meet Dr. Aaron Kendall, a passionate marine biologist, and Sam Jordan, a skilled engineer. It's September 13th, 2029, a time when technological advancements have reached new heights, allowing humans to thrive beneath the sea. Dr. Aaron Kendall is at the forefront of these innovations, working tirelessly on a groundbreaking project, creating a prototype device that will enable her to communicate with sea creatures. Here's a bit of backstory on Dr. Aaron Kendall. To secure her position at the expansive marine facility, she had to navigate a unique requirement. Only couples can live and work on site, regardless of their field. Driven by her ambition and her belief in the potential impact of her work, Aaron found a creative solution. She pretended to be married to Sam Jordan, a resourceful engineer. This arrangement allowed them both to gain access to the exclusive research hub beneath the sea. Sam, besides being Aaron's so-called partner, plays a crucial role in the facility. He not only manages the engineering tasks, but also operates the ship that supports Aaron's groundbreaking projects. At the moment, he's expertly docking a specialized pod that Aaron will use in her ambitious effort to communicate with sea creatures. Aaron watches nervously, knowing how vital this pod is to her work. Despite her anxiety, Sam executes the docking maneuver flawlessly, easing Aaron's stress. In a rare moment of personal connection amid their professional facade, Aaron shows her appreciation with a quick, grateful kiss. Unfortunately, despite Sam's precise work with the docking, a problem arises. A faulty backup power system threatens the success of Aaron's project. Eager to move forward, Aaron is in a rush to get started and suggests simply resetting the system to fix the issue. However, Sam, the more cautious of the two, immediately recognizes the risk. He warns Aaron that a quick reset won't be enough to resolve the underlying problem. Sam emphasizes that if the same malfunction happens while they're out in the middle of the ocean, it could jeopardize not only the mission, but also their safety. Sam suggests that they should take the pod back to the lab for a thorough analysis to identify and fix any system malfunctions. However, Aaron is adamant about moving forward. She's unwilling to let the replacement team steal the spotlight. Determined to deploy the pod that same week, she dismisses Sam's concerns, insisting that they need to stay on schedule. As Sam tries to reason with her, explaining the potential risks, their commander, Mitch Conrad, arrives in their sector. Mitch congratulates Aaron on her innovative project, and Aaron graciously accepts the praise, her resolve unshaken. But once the congratulations are over, Mitch turns his attention to Sam. He pulls Sam aside and, in a more personal tone, asks if Sam has finally made his move on Dr. Aaron. Sam, looking a bit resigned, explains that Aaron sees him strictly as a business partner with some added benefits, nothing more. Mitch, however, isn't convinced that Sam should settle for that. He urges Sam to get serious and be honest with Aaron about his true feelings, encouraging him to take a chance and lay it all on the line. As their conversation deepens, a surprising revelation comes to light. Mitch has known all along that Sam and Aaron aren't actually married. Despite the facility's strict regulations, Mitch admits that he turned a blind eye to their arrangement because he valued having both of them on the program. As Sam and Aaron make their way to another base, just 5 hours from their destination, tension builds between them. Sam tries to relax by listening to music, but his mind keeps drifting back to his unresolved feelings for Aaron. Meanwhile, Aaron is entirely absorbed in her work, talking excitedly about the project and her plans to communicate with a new marine species. Her single-minded focus only heightens Sam's frustration. Unable to hold back any longer, Sam confronts Aaron about their situation. He points out that in just a few days, they'll be heading back home, and the arrangement that brought them together will end, leaving them to go their separate ways. Sam presses her, trying to get her to acknowledge the reality of what's happening between them. However, Aaron, caught off guard, begins to dodge his questions. Sam continues to press Aaron, seeking answers, but their conversation is abruptly interrupted by the computer, announcing that they've reached their destination. They've arrived at the perfect spot to launch the pod and test Aaron's ambitious project, the culmination of 3 years of hard work and dedication, both eager to see if Aaron's device will finally enable communication with sea creatures. But before we dive into the outcome, let's pause for a moment. Do you think we'll ever invent a device that allows us to talk to animals? It's an intriguing idea, one that blurs the line between science fiction and future possibility. Now, back to the pod. Does it work? Well, yes and no. As they deploy the pod, the same backup system error resurfaces, a direct consequence of Aaron's decision not to have it thoroughly checked in the lab earlier. The malfunction threatens to jeopardize the entire operation and potentially put them in danger. Recognizing the risks, Sam makes a decisive call. He orders the drone to return and prepares to head back home. However, the ever-ambitious and charismatic Aaron isn't ready to give up just yet. She suggests that Sam, being the talented engineer he is, should take a closer look at the pod. After all, he might be able to fix the issue on the spot. Even though Sam is still annoyed with her from their earlier argument, Aaron's charm wins him over and he agrees to check the device. Before heading up to inspect the pod, Sam makes a move that surprises both of them. He leans in for a kiss, but lands it awkwardly on Aaron's forehead. It's an odd moment that shows how confused he feels about her. Once inside the pod, Sam instructs Aaron to close the hatch and disembark, realizing that he needs to get inside the pod to properly check the problem. Aaron stays close, communicating with him as he works. Sam soon finds the error and assures her that he can fix it. But just as things seem to be going smoothly, their comms are suddenly filled with a loud, irritating, static noise. Out of nowhere, with no warning or signs, a massive tsunami hits. The impact is sudden and violent, catching them completely off guard. The next thing we see is Aaron, unconscious, slowly waking up to the blaring sound of an alarm inside her ship. Disoriented and shaken, she faces the aftermath of the unexpected disaster with no immediate sign of Sam or the pod. Aaron immediately tries to reach Sam, but there's no response, and she can't spot his pod anywhere. Disoriented, she has no idea how far the tsunami has pushed her ship from their original location. Frantically, she scans the ocean, hoping to find some sign of Sam or the pod, but her efforts are in vain. Unable to locate him underwater, Aaron decides to take the ship up to the surface, hoping for a better view and some answers. When Aaron reaches the surface, the scene that greets her is beyond belief. It's raining asteroids, and everything around her is engulfed in flames. Chaos reigns as fiery debris falls from the sky. Just as a massive asteroid hurtles toward her ship, Aaron dives back inside, narrowly avoiding a direct hit, and frantically sends out a mayday call. As panic starts to take hold, and she fears that everyone, including Sam, might have perished underwater, a familiar voice crackles through the comms. It's Commander Mitch Conrad picking up her distress signal. He urgently asks for her status, and Aaron, overwhelmed and scared, quickly updates him on the dire situation. She starts to panic, confessing that she has no idea where Sam is. Mitch tries to calm Aaron down, speaking in a steady, reassuring voice. He explains that they're currently unable to deploy any search and rescue teams because most of their underwater stations have been hit hard. There's widespread chaos, and everyone is doing whatever they can just to survive. He further clarifies that they didn't actually experience an asteroid strike on their stations. Instead, the destruction of their underwater facilities was caused by a massive earthquake. Aaron, bewildered by the commander's explanation, points out that she didn't feel any earthquake at her location. She presses him for more information, but Mitch admits he's in the dark as well, with no solid intel on what's going on. Taking in Aaron's account of the sky literally raining fire, Mitch starts to piece together that they might be dealing with a global catastrophe of unprecedented scale. He quickly shifts focus to Aaron's immediate situation, asking if her ship is still operational. Aaron confirms that all her systems are green, but she's only got 45% of her oxygen supply left. With her oxygen running low, Mitch warns her that a lengthy search and rescue mission isn't feasible. The commander, aware of Aaron's critical oxygen levels, orders her to return to base, emphasizing that with Sam possibly anywhere in the vast ocean, there's little she can do for him. However, Aaron is not ready to give up. As soon as she hears the command, she defiantly shuts off the comms and takes matters into her own hands. Determined to find Sam, she tracks her previous location and sets off, refusing to leave him behind. Aaron activates all her ship's sensors, scouring the ocean for any sign of Sam. Hours pass with no luck, but then one of the sensors finally picks up a large metal object. Hope surges through Aaron as she believes she's found Sam's pod. But when she gets closer, her heart sinks. It's not the pod, but a massive airplane wreck, shot down from the sky amidst the chaos. Crushed by disappointment, Aaron returns to the control console, feeling lost and defeated. As she checks her location again, the reality of losing Sam begins to sink in, and she starts to unravel. She looks at photos of her and Sam together, filled with memories of their time at the facility. But as she stares at the photos, something inside her stirs. She knows she can't give up on Sam just yet. She decides to keep searching. Aaron tries to remotely connect to his pod, hoping for any sign, but realizes she's out of range and the uplink has been lost. Suddenly, Aaron hears a familiar sound, a distinctive signal she recognizes immediately. It's the very sound she had designed to communicate with sea creatures, and her ship is picking it up loud and clear. Realizing that Sam's pod must be emitting this signal, Aaron feels a surge of hope and quickly sets course to follow it. As she approaches, Aaron spots the pod and rushes to make contact. Desperately, she tries to radio Sam, and to her immense relief, she hears his voice crackle through the comms. Even though Sam was alive, he was in rough shape. The tsunami had thrown him around violently inside the cramped pod. He was also struggling with extreme heat and running dangerously low on oxygen. Realizing she had to act fast, Erin quickly asked Sam how to engage the autodock system so she could bring him aboard. With Sam guiding her through the process, Erin manages to dock her ship with his pod. As soon as the connection is secure, she pulls Sam into the safety of her ship. Once he's finally back inside, Erin disengages the pod and immediately attends to her husband, making sure he's safe and starting to recover from the ordeal. Erin gives Sam some water and tries her best to take care of him, but their relief is short-lived when an alarm goes off, warning them that the ship is running critically low on oxygen, down to just 16%. As they grasp the urgency of their situation, Sam begins to realize the magnitude of what Erin did for him. She had risked everything, including her own safety, to find him, even when she wasn't sure if he was still alive. The selfless act makes Sam realize just how much Erin cares about him. This realization surprises Erin too. She hadn't been looking to pursue a deeper relationship with Sam, but now it's clear how much he means to her as well. With time running out, Sam quickly comes up with some ideas to stretch their remaining oxygen, giving them a few more hours to survive. Together, they start making the adjustments and set a course back to base, despite the distance, with renewed hope and a shared understanding of their feelings. And with this, the movie comes to an end. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye.